Hello and welcome to the Level 1 Sword podcast. My name is Steven and this is my co-host Nathan.
Hello, good to be here for 107, if I'm correct.
Yes, podcast number 107. It is good to be here. We have ways of being contacted if you like. You can send us an email. The email address is lvl1sword@gmail.com. You can tweet at us on Twitter if you'd rather do that. The handle is at lvl1sword. You can find us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and now the audio version will be found on Podbean. If you just go to Podbean. Yes, wow. That is where our current audio is being hosted. It's kind of a trial situation. I want to see how it goes, see if we can somehow monetize, do some ads, that kind of thing. Something,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it. However, mini rant right here.
Okay.
I don't know how to get our podcast on iTunes.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about that.
Yeah.
At the end of last year.
Right. I want to get it onto iTunes, but every time I look up on it, everything is referenced in the iTunes application. Almost like you have to install iTunes on your computer. I really don't want to do that because iTunes is a horrible resource-hungry program. My friend used to have it, or one of my roommates used to have it on my computer because he didn't have a computer at the time. And it was always like creating folders, and anytime I would run Task Manager, it was always the program running or soaking up the most memory.
I've got a computer
with it
at my house. You want to just come over?
That might be a solution, actually. But yeah, we're trying that. We're trying to get we are trying to get the podcast hosted where you normally find podcasts.
Yeah.
I haven't even looked into Google Play yet. I've been very, very busy with lots of different things. So look for that. But in the meantime, Podbean, you can go there, listen to it for free. All that good stuff. And with all that nonsense out of the way, Nathan, how in the world are you? And what you playing?
Well, Kermit / I'm not really sure what the second one was.
It was. I was kind of going for.
Oh, was that another Muppet?
Pee Wee Herman.
Pee Wee. See, I'm not familiar with
Pee Wee Herman.
I've seen him, but I haven't actually seen the Pee Wee Herman stuff. But it's the guy, the creepy it's a little kid looking guy with the white face and the rosy cheeks.
Yeah, he's got powder makeup and a red bow tie, gray suit. It's
not from my generation.
It was weird, but as a kid, I really enjoyed it. You know who Lawrence Fishburne is?
Name sounds familiar.
He's Morpheus from Neo.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was his first acting role. He played a cowboy who would show up occasionally.
Is it a show?
Yeah, it's a show.
Because I know there were movies.
The Pee-wee's Clubhouse, I believe is what it was called.
Okay, there was a movie called Pee-wee's Big Adventure or something, right?
Or Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's either Playhouse or Clubhouse.
I think it's Playhouse.
Okay, yeah, and it's this. What was so engaging about that was it had this claymation opening, and it the camera would go 360 degrees around this really crazy house that was claymation, and it was animated and had weird things going on, and the sun would go up, and it looked really cool. And when you're a kid, you're just wow, that's the house he actually lives in. There's no way that's fake.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But turns out it totally
before
is.
my time. Anyways, I'm doing well. First, I guess technically second week of school went pretty well. Did a little bit of working this week as well to bring in that coin. Get to the bread, as the cool kids say these days. I guess. And then what have I been playing? I did actually play a little bit of Kirby Superstar Ultra. Not a whole lot. I just did some more of the one where you find the chest. I think I kind of ended up exploring this area that I had explored a long time ago, and all the chests that I found were already taken. And I was just like, crap, I've been here before. I got to go back. I did find a few more though, so that's pretty much it for me. So here comes my rendition of Steven. Well, what are you playing, Steven? My grunge, I guess.
You should just get grungier each time you.
What are you playing, Steven?
Yes.
My Christine Blasey Ford.
Bringing it back.
Oh gosh.
So Christine,
One of
what
these
I've been
days,
playing.
I'll find my voice.
What I have been playing this week. Pokemon Red, I finally grinded to the point where...
Wait, gold?
Oh, yeah. For some reason, I think of gold as red. I own red. I have played red several times. Red, blue, and yellow. But yes, Pokemon Gold. Finally got to the point where my Pokemon are all level 45, so I'm going to get my 8th badge soon. I'm in the gym. I beat all the other trainers, the junior trainers in the gym. Now I just have to beat the gym leader. It's a dragon gym leader, which is interesting because dragons are one of the toughest types in the game.
Oh, okay.
So like basically anything that's like fire, electric, grass, like the very common special types, they have a strong immunity to. Like those moves are not effective against them. So they really only have one weakness, and that's ice.
So after you beat that guy, you'll be done? Or is that the last gym?
So how a Pokemon game works is you get 8 badges, and then you go to the Elite Four in that region, and it's like basically fighting 4 gym leaders one after another.
You get badges from defeating gyms, right?
Yes. Yeah. You get the gym leaders. You beat the gym leaders, they give you a badge.
Yeah.
The badges let you use skills which let you get further into the game, and they also they buff your Pokemon a little bit.
So you're trying to get your last badge? Is that what?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
The 8th and final badge. And then after this game, you can go into Kanto, and you beat all of those gym leaders, but they're like super tough.
Is it going to take as long as the first part has?
Probably not, because I don't think there's any story elements in it. You just go there and you just go from town to town. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I've never played that and this is my first time playing through the 2nd gen Pokemon game, so it'll all be fresh and new to me. Finished up I'm done with Spider-Man. Just completely done. Finished up the DLC with my second playthrough. It was much easier, I think.
In the one where it's like harder?
So well remember, I stuck with the same difficulty setting.
Oh yeah.
But even with that, so when I played the DLC the last time, I still was like at like level 50, I think is like the highest level you can go.
Okay.
And anytime they still let you level up, but every time you level up, it still takes a long time. It takes a long time to level up in the game at that point. And you get like 1 health point and 1% increase in melee damage. So if you keep playing the game, like you can be like incredibly strong, but it would take you a long time to get there. And so I really wasn't that much stronger than when I played the DLC. I just got better at it, and I learned how to use my gadgets a lot better.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing the things that are like 95 hit combo, 10 hit or 100 hit combos, if you utilize your gadgets effectively, and also you can set up, because your suit has a kind of like a loadout. Like you unlock. I forget where you unlock these abilities. I think they just come as you level up, but you can do things like when you take damage, that builds focus. When you do web attacks, that builds focus. There's a bunch of other things, like there's defensive ones, there's offensive ones, and I just went all offense. Well, I changed it to where my loadout was I would do gadget attacks or the special web attacks that have to be refilled. They would generate focus, and then I did another thing another loadout that said if you do a finisher, which you can do finishers when you get the focus bar filled up, that would reload your gadgets. So I basically made this like loop where I would use web bomb, a whole bunch of web bombs where you just throw it out and explode and web everyone up. And since that would be like, especially if there was like a crowd of people, it would count like a lot. You could get like 1 bar of focus from using 1 web bomb. And then you just I think I have the ability to do 2 finishers in a row with 1 bar.
Oh.
Like there's a bit of a cooldown period where if you, I think it's like 3 seconds. If you can get near a second guy right after doing a finisher to a different guy, it lets you do a second one. So I would just exploit that loop. I would just web bomb, finisher, finisher, web bomb, finisher, finisher, and just dodge attacks.
Yeah.
I think at one point I might have done like a 200 hit combo, but there's nothing that you get for doing that. I just was doing so well doing that loop.
They just kept coming, like all the
Well,
guys?
yeah, it's one of those it was during one of those warehouse events where
Okay, yeah.
you just face like 7
Yeah,
different
yeah,
waves of enemies, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot more fun playing through the second time. Also, the challenges were easier. I guess I just got better at the
So
game.
why aren't you going to play it on the hardest difficulty? What is that? Spectacular? Ultimate, yeah.
The only thing I really have to gain from that is getting trophies, and I don't play games for trophies. It's kind of like I don't play games for a high score. I've never liked that idea. If you do play for achievements and trophies, that's fine. But it's never appealed to me. The only thing I've ever liked doing that in is Smash Brothers. I want to say since they started doing it in Brawl, where they call them challenges, where if you do something specific, it will, it'll give you something. And I've done that in every Smash game, and I'm working on it with Ultimate. Speaking of Smash, I played a whole bunch today.
Oh.
A whole bunch of Smash Brothers.
Oh, I played some last night, actually, and I sucked. Well, I was playing with a Joy-Con, and the guy didn't bring the bumper thing that you slide onto it. It was so difficult.
Could you even press?
Yeah, it was like... You just had to... yeah. So, blocking and grabbing were like a major inconvenience.
See, I just keep those in my Switch case.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't bring them. He was like, I didn't bring everything. I was like...
Was it connected to a TV?
Yeah.
At least?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you forget?
Yeah, and I grab
weird.
all the time with King K. Rool, and I shove people into the ground. And of course, blocking is really important, and so like it was really hard to do both. It slowed me down a lot whenever I did both of those things.
Time to remap some buttons there.
yeah, for real.
Like you should.
I should have, but I just lost a few times, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But anyways, what were you saying?
No, I just played a whole bunch of classic mode today, and so the next thing that I'm going to play to get ready for Kingdom Hearts 3 is I forget exactly what it's called. I think it's called Fragmentary Passage.
They got some weird names, all the spin-offs.
Understatement of the century, but yes, weird, bizarre names. It's basically the new content that is in Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
Okay.
Which came out, I want to say, beginning of like 2017. Like it's been out for almost 2 years now. And I told myself, like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Like about a week before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out, I'm going to play this because it's like a direct prelude to Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh yeah.
That and that, like there's 2 things to watch. There's also something called Back Cover Story, which like tells you how everything gets started. Like it's like the furthest, like the earliest story.
You haven't played that?
No, and it's just cutscenes.
Oh,
it's kind of like, yeah. So for each of the collections that they've done, the HD collections, they always do like 2 games, like one of the either like one of the mainstay games, then one of the ones that are kind of like an in between or a spin-off title. And then they will take like a DS game and make it into... They'll just take the cutscenes from that game and make it into... Like, they remaster the cutscenes and then give that to you on the disc.
Oh, okay.
Because the DS games are not that great. I do love 358 over 2 game... 358 over 2 days as a game for the DS. Like, it's really impressive. But at the same time, like, the story's a lot better than the game is. So... Yeah, that's kind of...
What's the release date for Kingdom Hearts 3?
The 29th.
Of January?
January.
Oh, you better get on that.
Yeah.
It's not that
short.
long, right?
Yeah, it's short. I've heard it's like 45 minutes.
Oh.
But the other thing that you just watch is like 3 hours.
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
Cutscene movie, like those things people make on YouTube.
Yeah.
When they like stitch it together.
Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to that. And then the other thing on that disc is like Dream Drop Distance, but I've played that on 3DS. So that's what I've been at and what I will be doing.